What is going on, guys? Today we've got a review of the BQE Mini Pixel. This is a 90mm frame with a 2mm carbon fiber bottom plate, which is pretty good quality carbon too. It costs between $27 and $30. $27 if you get nylon standoffs, M3 standoffs, and $30 if you, like me, you're just totally pimping and you get your knurled aluminum standoffs to match your camera mount, which comes in pretty much any color, TPU. Pretty good camera mount. That's pretty much the only complaint I have about the frame. It's a little bit loose. You're going to want to add a rubber band. All I have experience with is this VM275T sized one, and this is the Ishin EF02. So, you're going to want to add a little bit of hot glue to the corners of the camera. I also have that on back, and then maybe a rubber band just to keep it from ejecting on a hard crash. But I haven't noticed any jello, especially when you got the hot glue in there. That also comes with a nice piece of straw here, almost, that you use to protect the camera. A nice long piece so that if you cut it, you can use it a couple of times, which I really like. That's really cool. It is designed for 2-inch props. It fits only 2-inch. Well, okay, that may not be necessarily true. If I zoom in here, you can see there's space. You could swing something marginally larger, probably, if you took a 2.5-inch prop and cut it down a little bit. You could probably get that, but I don't know why you wouldn't just go with these. So my setup is Banggood buzzer, which, by the way, this is a buzzer mount. You can tell there are holes that come out the bottom. This is a larger than 9mm buzzer, which is what the mount is designed for. Most people use those on micros. I just haven't caught up with the times and bought some yet because I'm cheap. So we have a Luminar X satellite, Lumineer 10-amp 4-in-1. Omnibus F3 from Banggood. I've talked about that a little bit before. Gemfan 2035 props, Rotor X 1105B 6500 kV motors, an XT30 connector, and an EF02 with the stock antenna. So, what I like and don't like about this setup is I like it because it cost me almost nothing because I had almost all these parts. What I don't like is it's a little bit heavy. All up without a battery, it's 66 grams, which is a little bit heavy for this size class. One thing that's really good about this frame is, in addition to having 15x15 to 20x20 mounts, which you can see on the bottom, it does have separate holes for the standoffs. So if you have an M2.5 flight controller, you still use these M3 standoffs. It adds a tiny bit of weight, but I like it because then it's a little bit, it's separate that way, and you don't have to really worry about these ever getting broken and having to replace them. So, a few other things I like about this. Came with this strap, and it has slots in the bottom to put the strap through. It's a nice little strap. It's pretty good Velcro. It's not rubberized. I should note that it's not rubberized, but I have underneath here also my dual lock that Nick Burns also uses. I use that on all my batteries anyway, so I just stuck a strip on here to help hold it in place. I haven't had a battery fly out yet. Neither one of those would hold the battery by itself. Both of them together, excellent. So, I love this camera. Great range and clarity for 25mm, and I like that you can unplug it if you want to power up without getting in other people's way. That's really good. I like 2-inch more than I thought I would. The only other brushless I'd had before this was I had 55mm hubs and props, which was fun, but not as much fun as the 3-inch on these same motors. And yeah, that's one thing I would change about my setup. If I was buying everything from scratch, I would probably get 1103, maybe 1104. And 8 or 10,000 kV. I would not get these motors for this, but I already had them, so I used them. But that would help you save some weight, and it would probably, this is under-propped for these motors. These motors would be happier on something larger, but it works great. 2S, by the way, I am using the Airblade 460 mAh 2S 45C, which works awesome. XT30 connector, of course. Another thing I would do if I were you is zip tie it, as I have, to that strut there. Otherwise, it can come up into the props because this is a tight build. So, as you can see, these could hit it anyway. And as you can also see, I have a bent prop. I have a couple of bent props on here, and I have more sets on the way because this thing can really take it. As you can see in the video, if you go up in the corner there, the playground fun I had yesterday, I was just chilling out, chasing some kids and stuff. They had a great time. They were asking me all sorts of questions, and But this thing can take metal, concrete, trees, grass, dirt, wood chips, swing sets, anything you throw at it. I think it's going to be very hard to break this frame. Oh, I'm forgetting a component, of course. I've got it's hard to see. You can see a little bit of glittering in here. Those are the Rotorius FPV 110X soft mounts. I'll have some purple ones in soon, but for now I have black, and I think that helps a little bit. Once you get this thing tuned, which isn't that difficult, it flies great. I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. If I had to change one thing, I would make the camera mount a little bit tighter, and can't think of anything else, so let's head over to the flight. If you got any questions, go ahead and pop them in the comments. That's it. Thanks for watching.